Here we have 3 oxo cubes, 2 of those are chicken, 1's veg, 3 mushrooms, some spring onion and garlic, and also some fresh ginger as well. I've used both fresh garlic and fresh ginger. Some of the pickled stuff, it will give it a little bit of an odd taste. Sometimes it can be a little bit vinegary as well. And a chicken breast. I also have some soy sauce, and I'm just boiling the kettle, and I'm going to make up the 900 grams of stock now. So I've just made the stock, give it a quick mix with a fork to make sure there's no lumps and stuff in there, but because we're cooking it for about 20 minutes, any of the stock will probably dissolve within the fluid. So I'm just going to add the stock to the pan. Okay, and then next up is the chicken, and then I'm going to add the garlic and the ginger to that as well. So it's really important at this point that you bring the liquid up to a boil. Once the pan started boiling, that's when you're going to reduce the heat and let it simmer for about 20 minutes. One thing that I forgot to mention is the type of noodles that I'm using today. So I'm using Miracle noodles. You can use egg noodles, and any other kind of noodles as well. But the Miracle noodles are quite a brilliant little find for me. The noodles themselves only have per 100 grams 10 calories, which is an absolute tiny amount of calories in there. I'm going to be putting up a review about these noodles, so keep an eye on BradfordMMA.com and Spenner.co.uk, which is my review site, where I'll be putting a lot more information on about Miracle noodles, but these things are awesome. I'll also put a video on there on how to actually prepare the Miracle noodles as well. So, just going to bring that up to a boil. Don't forget to add the garlic and the ginger, and then we're going to let it simmer for 20 minutes. So as you can see, the soup base is now starting to bubble, so I'm going to partly cover that and then put 20 minutes on my timer so I know what's going on, and then in 20 minutes that's when we remove the chicken from the soup and shred the chicken up. Don't forget, guys, that you need to reduce the heat so that it's just simmering and not boiling anymore. Otherwise you're going to have some pretty tough chicken. Okay, so I've taken the chicken out of the stock. I've added some soy sauce, mushrooms and the spring onions while I just start carving this up. So stripping it's kind of easy, just get your fork and just work with the chicken. Just keep going over, so you want like really thin pieces of chicken, like that. So I'm just gonna get through all the chicken, stick on the fork a little bit so you can see it starts fanning out a little bit there. So I'm going to do that all to this chicken and add it back in. One thing that's worth noting, this should make 2 lots of meals. Don't add the noodles, especially the Miracle noodles, into whatever you're going to freeze. So partition, split the soup up into what you're going to eat now and add the noodles and what you're going to freeze, and then yeah, back in a second. So that's the soup done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to split the soup up, first of all with this, using it to evenly distribute the mushrooms, chicken, all the food in there, and then I'm going to use a ladle, which is this, to distribute the actual soup sauce as well. I've prepared my Miracle noodles, so they're pretty much ready. As I said before, with the noodles, don't freeze the noodles. So this is why we're separating the soup first, so I can evenly distribute the content, so you're not getting a meal later that may be mainly soup and no mushrooms and chicken in there. So there we have it, 2 portions of chicken noodle soup, also usually referred to as ramen in Japanese food. What you can also do with this, if you want it a little bit spicy, is you can cut some fresh chilli and just sprinkle a little bit over the top. I won't put too much, otherwise, well, unless you really like that. Bit of a note about any that you're freezing: let it cool first, and also make sure there is a gap so that the water can expand as it freezes. And before you eat it, make sure that it's fully thawed. And that's it. You can also add other meats to there to make it more like a ramen. So add some ham, some beef, cooked ham, cooked beef, all that kind of good stuff. But here we go.